Game time.
Hey everybody, welcome back to NTW. My name is Rob, and yes, it is game time. We are back on World of Warcraft, and we are going to get started on our dungeon grind. And I am going to queue up here, and we're going to get started. So the two dungeons we can get started with are Deadmines and Ragefire Chasm. And we are going in as a Protection Paladin. So I'm going to queue up, and we'll come back when we are in the dungeon. Okay, we are back, and we are in Deadmines. I'm going to grab the quest here, and we're going to get started. As I said before, I am running as a Protection Paladin, which means I'll be the tank in this. I'm about to reorganize all of this, I think, but hey, here we go. It's been a while since I've done this. This is either going to go great or it's going to be a beautiful disaster. Let's find out. Sometimes it feels like the trash in these dungeons can be much more difficult than the bosses themselves, especially in these earlier levels. But most of these bosses are just tank and spanks anyway. There's really no strat or you gotta worry about anything as far as abilities go. You don't have to worry about hitting interrupts or anything like that. They're not meant to be that way either. You know, even when you're running this, I think at level 85 is when they revamped this dungeon. Yeah, even then, I mean, there is more strat involved, but even then, it's still not difficult per se. I'm going to need the group to kind of hit a little bit more DPS. The Druid's doing really good. You can see at my DPS counter right there. It is set to the current fight. So the Druid's doing alright. You know what? The Hunter's doing okay as well. Even the Healer's getting some hits in. Alright, so we completed that one. I believe that... No, we did not. Tell you what, there's really not a whole lot to do as a tank at these early levels. It is really just tank and spank. And I just sit here and just hold on to him, and everyone else is supposed to be burning him down. He's on me. Get off me. Get off me. I will beat your ass while you're up there. Alright. That's another one down. Not getting any gear. Actually, I think he actually dropped a pair of wrists that I did want, but it is what it is. I don't have the greatest RNG luck. Okay, here we go for our third boss. 2 down, 3 to go. Foe Reaper 5000.
All systems nominal.
Now this boss, he does implement just a little bit of strategy. You really want to avoid some of these moves. Like that one right there. If you're DPS, if you're not a tank, man, that one will wreck you a little bit. Tank and healer really have to be worried about some of the moves because they do have the ability to actually really hurt. Okay. We did get shoulders. We won't wear them. Moving on. And we actually did just get a level as well, so we are now level 16. Okay, we're back here, and we are facing Admiral Ripsnarl now. At some point, the healer, the shaman, ended up dying. I don't even know how. I don't know when that even happened. But it is what it is. I think we're going to end up waiting on the healer, and then, yeah, because once we start the fight, he won't be able to get in. So we'll wait on the healer, and then we'll get this fight started. Okay, healer's here. Admiral Ripsnarl.
Feel that chill running up your spine. Fog is rolling in.
See, I remember running this back in the classic Deadmines, and that one, classic Deadmines, used to take forever to run. It was, I remember paying gold for people to run that for me, and then later on, I would accept gold to run people through Deadmines so they can get all the experience and the loot. I don't know if loot runs like that are still a thing, but I almost kind of wish they were. I used to do it on a regular basis, and I'd have people do it for me. So, and Deadmines just seemed to be the most common one, paying for runs through Deadmines. So that brings back a lot of good memories. Like I said, I spent a lot of time on this game, running some of these same dungeons. Okay, Rip Snarl is down. And it's cookie time. Cookie's gotta be one of the easiest bosses. You really just gotta stand there and pick up his food he throws, ignore the bad food, and beat his ass. Doesn't do anything, doesn't take much. The trick is, though, I mean, if you're not picking up the good food, man, you ain't doing it right. Especially later game. Yep, I just picked up the rotten food on accident. Oh well, what's that? Damage every 3 seconds, not a big deal. Okay, picked up Cookie's Tenderizer, not that we're going to need it. And Deadmines is done. We're going to turn in these quests real quick.
Well met. For the Alliance.
I guess it was just a one quest. Alrighty, well, everyone's already left party except for the druid. We'll go ahead and leave party. And then we'll come back when we queue up for another one. Alright, we are back and we're going to start gathering up all these quests right here. And we are in Ragefire Chasm. So, this is supposed to be the very early game horde. Yeah, it's supposed to be the very early game horde dungeon. So we're gonna wait for the group to get in here. Well, never mind. The priest is here. Healer's here. So we're okay, we just arrived here at our first boss. See if I can pronounce that right. Adarok. Get back over here. Well, it does look like the whole group has finally arrived. Seemed like the priest was... I bet you we got a disc priest. I can't say for sure off the top of my head, but it seemed like we had a disc priest who was more concerned about doing damage and healing at some point. At some point I was dropping pretty low there, down to about 60% I think. So, we can't be having that. I mean, at the end of the day though, I guess as long as I didn't die, the group didn't wipe, it was a good day. Alright, first boss is down. Okay, we've arrived at our next boss. This is Dark Shaman Corinthal. I don't think anything in this dungeon is gear that I need with all heirlooms, but you know, if they drop a ring, belt, gloves, and boots, I think it's the only thing I really could use. But the heirlooms are going to scale up with me, so I think in between this video and next video, I'm going to kind of rearrange all this, because that'll be annoying. Okay, we end up getting the cape off him, but we don't end up needing that, so moving on. Okay, we've arrived at our next boss here, Slagmaw. Nothing too much to say about Slagmaw. Nothing too much to say about any of these early dungeons, but... Alright, got Slagmaw down, and I think it was my shield actually that bounced over to these guys and aggroed them. It's okay. Alright, we have reached the final boss, and this is Lava Guard Gordoth. Alright, that is Ragefire Chasm completed. We end up getting the blade that drops off him. Not something we're going to end up using. Rescue one more SI agent, and we are good to go. We can now turn in these quests. And that belt will be an upgrade. We'll take the belt. And there we go. There we go, guys. I think we end up calling this episode right here. If you guys like what you see and you want to see more, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. And don't forget to share this video around. Also, feel free to leave a comment in the section. Tell me what you like and tell me what you don't like. Ask me questions. I'll read every comment and I'll try to answer them the best I can. And until then, guys, we'll continue on the next episode and we'll see what dungeons we have next to unlock. We have Shadowfang Keep and Wailing Caverns. Those will be our next two dungeons we do. So, until next episode, guys, always remember, take care of yourselves.